So, yesterday I went shopping. So yesterday, myself and Mason, who is over here, we went shopping up north to Cambridge. It's not really up north, to pick up some sheep. So we've picked up 8 Norfolk Horn ewe lambs. 5 are for Mason, who runs a care farm down the road, and 3 are for me. So we're going to worm them today, just to make sure they're clear of everything before they go out into the field. So we've got this quarantine pen. We're going to just throw some wormer into them, check their teats. We've already checked all their teeth and their teats, but we'll do it again as we've got hold of them. And they are just on simple hay and water in here. And then, as I say, in about a week's time, we'll throw them out into the field where they can have grass. And the other thing is, this is all fresh straw. So we're going to worm them. So probably in about 2 days' time, I'll just muck all this straw out, because obviously they are, as soon as they're hit with the wormer, they're going to drop all the worm eggs. This is brand new straw, but I don't want to use it for the sheep, so I'm going to throw it in with the pigs, because obviously eggs and larvae are animal specific, and then I will just re-straw this up before they go out. So we're going to crack on. So that is all the sheep wormed. We've basically, as you can see, we put a stripe down them as we worm them, so we know who's done. The other spots there are spots on the back of the head, and if they're on the back of the head, they are Mason's sheep. And if they have got a spot on the bum, like this one, they are my sheep. I wasn't going to buy any more sheep, but just like Sard, Mason is a bit of a facilitator when it comes to animal collecting. So I couldn't say no when he offered a trip up to Cambridge to look at some ewe lambs. And of course, I thought I might buy 1 or 2. I ended up buying 3, but that's fine, because it's for future development of the farm. Because these are ewe lambs, so these are not going to be giving birth next year. They will be tupped in a year's time. So this is the next generation. So my 3 will join Ophelia as a ewe lamb, and they will be bred next year. So our Norfolk Horn rare breed flock is slowly developing. What do you think of the new sheep? Come here. Come here. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Down. Down. Good boy. A nice thing about bringing in some ewes with completely fresh bloodlines is that I can cross them with Monty. So currently I only have Cotton, Consuela and Coco that I can cross with Monty, because obviously Ophelia is his daughter, so he can't have more lambs with her. So now I've got another 3. I'll have 6 ewes next year that I can put to him. Now these ewe lambs have all been birth notified. So with the Norfolk Horn Society, every single lamb that's born, you notify on the system so they can keep track of how many are being born and how many are being bred. And then later on, you register them. So all of these guys are birth notified, but they are not registered, which means we get to officially name them. So if you're a Patreon or you're in the VIP Facebook group, head over there because we are taking name considerations for these 3 ewe lambs to join our flock. And I've dropped the link for Mason's care farm just in the description below. I obviously never want to leave this farm, but what better place to go into a nursing home than a place that has farm animals right on site. It's fantastic, and I love what Mason's doing. So check out the Facebook link below and you can keep up to date with his care farm and also the future of these guys. While we're in the barn, it would be rude not to check in with little Miss Peaches. She is doing a lot better. She's got the runs today, I don't quite know why. So she's just on a hay diet because that hopefully will help firm everything up. And the good news is she isn't pregnant. She came into heat the other day, which means she isn't pregnant. And it's good news because, as you know, she's been quite ill and she's very, very thin. And I don't want a pregnancy to be drawing all of those nutrients and goodness away from her body. I want her to put on weight and to get better before we even consider putting her with the billy. The other thing that I really need to do today is to harvest some flowers. The market is this weekend, and although I harvest most of my flowers quite late, so literally like the day before to make up the bouquets, I like to harvest the dahlias a little bit earlier. And that's because I find dahlias are a bit pedantic when it comes to dropping their petals. They can look absolutely glorious, and then you pick them, and then by the next day they've decided to drop. Or you try and pick them as a bud and then they never open. So now I like to pick them a couple of days before and shove them in water so that I know when I'm making up the bouquets they're not going to just shed by the following day. So there's actually not as many as I thought. This is the tub in its entirety because quite a few of them are actually water damaged. It rained heavily last night and it's got onto the petals. I have picked some, this one for example, but you can see on this bottom petal here, it's got water damage, so I won't be able to use that. Also, the frost has got into them. We haven't had any harsh frost, we've just had light, but you can see it's starting to burn off some of those leaves. So this is definitely the last time we're going to have flowers. I've left a couple on as well because dahlias don't like to come out in a vase when they're still in bud. So this, for example, it's worth leaving that on there for a couple of days until that comes out. And then the same with this one. This flower's ready, but this bud next to it here, if I leave that on for 24 hours or so, that hopefully will open up and we'll have another stem. But yeah, the end of the season is nigh.